Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you all so much for being here. Let me see who was first, just out of curiosity. Yalibi, thank you so much for being first. Let me see here. Uh-oh, almost forgot to do that. There we go. Ooh. Oh, I don't like this. Okay. Oh, disappearing Rose Hanbury. Ah, well, we're going to have to do so. I'm going to do that one another time. I didn't get a chance to read it yet. My, don't that beat all? Gonna have to do so. Ooh, a pretty lengthy article. Okay, never mind. We'll do that one later. She has seemed to have disappeared, hasn't she? But that's okay. We'll get caught up on that later. Um, See, this is why it's not good to take another look at the Amazon. What am I saying? Amazon, the Twitter, because inevitably I find something I want to talk about. Judy Matassid, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. And Connie Balmer, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Okay, I haven't been in good voice lately, so I can't talk so loud. But yeah, my voice has been really bad. The other day, I was in concert. I was listening to a lot of old songs, and oh, I tell you, they really took me way back. Something about the old music makes me feel young. It doesn't make me feel older, it makes me feel younger. Oh, I like that. Let me see if I had to choose one. And by the way, thank you, Lydia. Let me do this one. The official Royal Sussex wish list. That is a list of items that I have posted just for fun. There's no obligation to purchase them, but I got the most beautiful stainless steel coffee grinder, and boy, does that thing hum. I don't know who bought it because I didn't find a gift thing for it, but anyway, it was awesome, and pretty much I use it every day since I got it. So whenever you get on that list or purchase from that list for Royal Sussex, for me, uh, chances are I'm going to use it every day the same way I go on and on about my big cup that someone gave me. Love that. That cup has changed my life. I drink so much more water because of that cup. So thank you again, whoever the anonymous individual was that purchased that. Also, a thousand thanks again to the person who got me some monitors. So, I mean, 27-inch monitors so that I could actually see a lot of the smaller print. Another thing that I use all the time. That was very generous and unexpected too. It wasn't even on the list. And when I saw those boxes, I I was just like shocked. I'm like, I don't think I ordered anything like this. And when I got it home, I'm just pulling stuff out over and over and over again. So that was a lot of fun and again unexpected. But thank you again for that. That my workstation is just like incredibly professional now. Okay, so what am I doing here? Oh, Lydia Washington says Stephanie Baker birthday is July the 10th. Can we do a dance out for her? Yes, absolutely. Why don't we do that now? And then I will get into the scandal. So, Stephanie Baker, many happy returns of the day, and thank you so much for being a part of the community, not just for Royal Sussex, but on behalf of all the content creators. Thank you very much. Because remember, it takes a village. So, uh oh, did I not do that right? Let me see here. What am I doing wrong? Um, oh, I know. That's what I need to do. I got to go to movies. There we go. All right. So, uh, yeah, perfect. Here we go. Again, happy birthday. And for now, we're going to be celebrating, still using the ivy. Wait, is that right? Yeah. What am I not doing right? Okay, there we go. Oh, Ivy here. Hello, Ivy here. Hello, Ivy. Girl, the Duchess of Sussex won. Meet me at the Royal Sussex party. Serge Nelly's gonna be there. All right, Ivy out. You know what? I have not come down from my high yet. As you know, I. All right. Happy birthday. And thank you for the info, Lydia Washington. Okay. So, let me see here. Oh, thank you, Raffaella Bertoni. Jules Ryder. Let me see. My late uncle's birthday is July the 10th. My daughter just turned 32 on the 8th of July. Well, a happy heavenly birthday and also happy birthday to your daughter. Okay. Let's see here. All right, just I'm taking a little peek through the comments. Compton Cali guy wants to say hi to a few people, and we can help out with that. Hello, Judy Matasid. Thank you so much for being here. Cami Bluetooth, uh, Reba Henderson, Francilia Mosley, Helen. Yeah, it's been particularly bad lately with the articles about the Sussexes. Really, really bad. And I hope you guys are ignoring that. Please stay away from those hate channels because their whole goal is to really get the clickbaits, demoralize people that support the Sussexes, and of course, to rally the haters. So please stay away from that awful stuff because it will affect you whether or not you believe it. So watching a lot of those like talk panel talk show things detrimental. They have a goal, and those people are only there to serve the palace, to serve the clan. Oh, I'm sorry. why do I keep calling them a clan? Why does clan keep popping out of my mouth? To serve the royal family. Um, anyway, you know what I mean. Clan. The clan. So anyway, I just saw this. I didn't want to open up all the photos and share it individually, but someone did share this, and it's a good reminder. And I thought it was good to remind you guys about this. Hi, Miss Z. Um, the military used the hashtag salute for Harry, and they raised money for walking with the wounded. This reminds you of the connection that Harry has with the military. And no matter what they try to sell in terms of this, oh, Harry's going to be in trouble with the military and he's going to create some bad blood and all that kind of stuff. Boulder Dash. None of that is true. They want you to believe that, but it's not true. Harry has a connection from soldier to soldier, veteran to veteran, and you're not going to do away with that. He was considered just another bloke in the ranks. People were quickly disabused of any idea of grandeur, pomp, and circumstance. Even what's his name? Um, oh gosh, what's his tall friend's name? David Weissman. He did not think much of Harry. He thought it was just another royal just there to pass the time. And quickly he realized that Harry was so much different from everything he had anticipated. And if you notice, ever since 2014, they have been incredibly close. And so much so, sometimes I get goosebumps when I see the Invictus Games because it's a clear understanding from the way everybody's body language is that I'm Harry's friend, but I'm going to protect Harry's family no matter what. And everyone seems to have a role in making sure that Megan is okay. And I love that. I love that. I look at the way they move. I look at the way, that he and what's the guy, Derek, whatever, I can't remember his last name, but I look at the way that they move around, and they are definitely about protecting Megan first, Harry second. That is the way it is. Harry can take care of himself more or less, but I love that about them. I love that about them. And also, as soldiers, as veterans, as soldiers, they're protecting each other. They got each other's what do they call it? 6 o'clock, right? They got each other's six. So that is something that you cannot make up. It is what it is. And those people, and if you don't recall these photos, this was because of the uh, Las Vegas incident, and they were making this big fuss about Harry letting down his family and the military and everything. And as a way to show solidarity, they decided that they would just cover their fun parts, you know their jewels, and that they would um, take these photos. And I don't know what it is about English people. They love to get naked, don't they? God, they love to get naked. This is not something unique. They've had all kind of campaigns where people take their clothes off. And which is kind of scary. I mean, no offense to the people in the UK, but you all don't get enough sun to be naked so much. Um, just, I think that if you've gotten a good tan, I'm all for it. But if you haven't been tanning, I don't want to see all of that pink. I just don't. That's just too much pink. Uh, that's just too much pink. Get a good tan and get back to me. But they just love to get naked. Sun or overcast sky, they love to get naked. Any little thing, and all of a sudden, people just taking their clothes off. For a country that's so conservative and so prim and proper, I have never seen people, I don't care, regardless of age, everybody takes their clothes off. One person that I know loves to get naked. What's the act? Helen Mirren. Helen Mirren loves to take her clothes off. It doesn't take a lot of encouragement. Next thing you know, she's nearly naked. Now, and let me just say, in Helen Mirren's defense, though, I've seen some of her old images and I've seen some of her new images. And I'm telling you, that sister got a body on her. She is quite fit. And for someone who's never gone through a lot of interventions, to keep herself a certain way. I mean, I'm guessing she exercised, but she is quite fit. She's quite fit. I mean, if she decides that she wants to, be very English, I'm all for it. I am. I love Helen Mirren. Let me see if I have. Here we go. I got a couple of them right here. Got a couple of photos of Helen Mirren being all about the Helen Mirren. Let me see. I got to get rid of a couple of things so I can share it with you. And yes, I'm going to share it. So, no shade. No shade. I am going to share it. If Helen wants to get naked, I am here for it. All right. There we go. Show them what you got, Helen Mirren. Show them what you got. Bam. Bam. There you go. Da 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 ba 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 ba. Wait. Oh, there we go. Ba da ba da. There you go. Like I said, if Helen decides she wants to do that, I'm here for it. But there's a few people that I'm not here for it. So there you go. Okay, moving on. Take a look here. Wait, is it weird that I just happen to have these handy? Is it? Why do I have these? Why is that in my collection of images? I don't know. Let's see. Serena Williams. Guess who's hosting the ESPYS this year? Me. And I am so excited and nervous. Please tune in this Thursday live. That's in 2 days, y'all, on ABC at 8 a.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific time. So we're ready. So excited and proud of you, says Venus. Can't wait to watch. We ready. We ready. She's ready. She's ready, y'all. And then check this out. So I did not want to share the video, but there's a video where they zoom in on the door. You can see it says Serena Williams host, and at the top it says ESPN. And then I think the guy says turn, turn, and then she turns around and the camera kind of pulls back, and there she is. So obviously she's doing rehearsals for the event, and it should be great. She's doing her rehearsals. Let's see. Oh, is are we talking about Helen Mirren? Yeah, I know it's a little bit of a delay, so it probably took a minute for it to come up. But like I said, I think Helen Mirren is quite fit. If we're talking about the same person. Now, guess who's not really so fit right now? Two senior royals have led us to believe they have had cancer, had or have cancer, and now another one is stepping back from public duties, that is, for a while due to medical reasons. 3 down, you guys. 3 down. 3 down. Do you realize there are 3 people down? You got Kate and oh wait, I'm sorry, not 3, 2 really. You got Charles. No, I'm sorry, not what am I saying? You got Kate and you got Afro Annie. And I'm trying to think. Well, Charles is back full time, I think. So yeah, I mean those two are out of the picture for now. Two senior royals have led us to believe they. By the way, this is from Glow. They have or had cancer, and now another one is stepping back from public duties for a while due to medical reasons. They have very quietly and very discreetly removed Princess Anne from duty. There's been no fanfare about it, but they have very quietly and discreetly removed her from duty. So they're in trouble, y'all. They are in so much trouble. They really are. They're in a bad place. They are in a really bad place right now. Awful bad place. And it's going to get worse before it gets better. It is going to get, and they're going to fill in as much as possible. They're going to make a big deal out of the few occasions that they are available to work, but they're in trouble. Anne has been um, pretty much as far as I can think, and especially when it comes to state visits and such, Anne has been there. And now all of a sudden, they have lost her as the hardest working royal, which is hard work for them, not for the rest of the world. But that is quite a blow. Now, I said in December that there was no way that they could keep this pace up. Remember how they were pushing back so hard because of Omid Scobie's book and because their ratings collectively, the royal family was 48% approval. 48%. It has never been that low, ever. They were severely underwater, and they're still underwater. Kate is not available. Now Anne is not available. William doesn't really like to work. Charles, there's only so long he can sustain this. And as for Camilla has worked more in a given time since Charles' announcement of his prostate, by the way. We've seen more of her than we've ever seen her in any period of time. An extraordinary amount. She is the only person that comes close to being as lazy as Kate. I'm here for it, though. I'm glad for it. I'm glad for it. The ancestors are doing what the ancestors are doing. And I'm glad for it because the way that they deliberately mistreated the Sussexes, and I'm not going to include Anne in that because Anne was there for Harry when his grandmother died. Um, she suggested that he, say his goodbye and everything, which was quite a bit of humanity, unexpected humanity. And pretty much allow them to say whatever they're going to say and use her name in any situation. And there's never any pushback for it. So, again, I'm not a royalist. I have fun with the whole idea of Afro Annie, but she is part of that institution. And I can tolerate her better than I could tolerate most of them. So that's where I stand with that. Plus, she's a good punchline every now and again. So, yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, that's why I said what they consider work. What they consider work. It definitely is not of the level of even someone who works in an office. It's not the type of, it's not work. It's not really work. It's a bunch of socializing. And I can remember two times I've heard this. I heard it once from the Duke of York, that sick old man, um, what's his name, Prince Andrew. And I've heard Princess Anne say the same thing, that having those conversations with people, there's a lot of things that can get done, or something to the effect of, because we go around and we talk to people, they make it seem as though they hear the troubles of the world and then they go back and do something. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. As evident by the fact that everybody went to the hub kitchen, including Megan. There was one person who walked away from the hub kitchen with a solution. It wasn't Queen Elizabeth. It wasn't Princess Anne. It certainly wasn't Charles and Camilla. And we know darn well it wasn't Kate and Willie. Only one person had a plan of action. And if that is an example of how meeting a royal could change your fortunes, I'm afraid you just as well not meet any of them unless it's Harry and Meghan. So it's not really work. In no way is that work. Going to a banquet is not work. That's going to a banquet. There's a lot of people that go to their annual job Christmas party. Aside from getting a gift card from their employer, I don't know if they can count that as a day's work. So, yeah, I agree with you. They do not work. They just want to be seen. What constitutes work for them is fun for other people, or just social obligations for other people. And of course, there was that study that said that the charities don't benefit from them. We have charities, other countries have charities, and there's no royals there to open up this or to appear for that. And they seem to get by just fine. They seem to get by just fine. So you don't need the royals for that. The idea that they accept a life of privilege in exchange for doing charity work, that is some of the oldest nonsense. I don't know how many decades or how many centuries they have made out like this has been a big deal. You know who benefits from the royals? The administrators of the charities that the royals are patrons of, that don't even get any type of financial boost. You don't really see royals doing any outreach to help them increase their resources, except for Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan are like a huge gift. Like, for instance, I'll give you another example. When they were talking about HIV and AIDS in, I think it was in Africa, was it? And the charity said they were trying to bring attention to the cause for the longest. And when Harry showed up, everything changed. You had media from all over the world. You don't get the media from all over the world because Princess Anne showed up. You only get media for Charles because it's the Royal Rota, and that's their job, is to follow him. And by him giving them access, they get a chance to stay on this gravy train where they write these books with the royals' approval. They go on talk shows with the royals' approval, that kind of thing. That's the only reason why they're there. Let me see. Nevitz Nonak says, unless it's Meghan and Harry, you stated that with a sense of realness that torn down the veil, real talk. Well, thank you very much for that. Thank you for the super chat. But it's true. It is so true that Harry and Meghan are the most influential royals on the planet. And just as the people, when they asked for someone to come to Morocco that time, they didn't want the other royals. They wanted Harry and Meghan. And that is why they were so cross with them, is because people were putting in their requests. If there's going to be a royal, we just the sooner is Harry and Meghan. And we all know that before that, Harry could carry a situation for that family, a royal visit, better than the Queen. He was more popular than the Queen. Literally, there were polls that said Harry was more popular than the Queen. And everybody else, for that matter, too. Everyone else. What they did was to cut off their nose to spite their face. They could not stand the idea that the Will and Kate were not going to be that. They could never be that. And as Harry said, after the Oceania tour, everything changed. He was elated that people loved and celebrated his wife. And he was also very anxious because he knew what was waiting at home. And I picture Harry having these long conversations where he's trying to convince Meghan, you're doing a great job, but it's not a good thing, which is a mixed message. And Meghan, being so positive, couldn't understand how that would translate into something terrible. because on the one hand, you got the public face of things, you got these huge crowds of people, and Megan's doing the work she loves to do. Harry's doing the work that I mean, these two were born for this. And yet, lingering in the background, Harry knew that the same dark forces that turned against his mother was going to turn against them. And that's exactly what happened. It was unavoidable. Whoever Harry married, it was going to be trouble. But as always, when you throw in the blackness, it becomes so much more petty, so much more deliberately sinister. It is like a little poison times 10 when there is that issue of race. If they were dragging the Middletons because Kate's mother was an air hostess, imagine how they felt about having someone bringing their African blood into that family, their worst nightmare. And while they pretended otherwise for the cameras, we all know what they were thinking. It was the same thing that happened to Princess Angela of Liechtenstein, except the big difference is the senior members of the family were cool. It was the extended family, the relatives, the distant relatives, the ones that were not so important, they were the troublemakers. They said, this is the beginning of the end. But it didn't matter because the prince, the reigning prince, his eldest son, the reigning princess, they were there to support Maximilian. So it didn't matter what those other ones said. But in this case, you got the senior most royals full of hate. And there's just no doubt about it. Full of hate. And I was thinking today, I'm just like, I think that, oh, and by the way, Nevets, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do believe the Queen realized that Harry was going to have to go. I don't think she put up a fight about him leaving. Matter of fact, she didn't put up a fight at all because she didn't have a fight in her. Because whatever happened, it was going to be up to Charles and William. So all you can do is hope for the best at that point. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Uh, thank you, Sussex Scene Warrior. Horse cavalry trampolining people. Hi, Vinny Blair. Thank you for being here. Okay, let me continue. I'm getting so behind here. So, and I still got a little bit to cover, and it's already been 41 minutes. So I got to step it up a bit here. So Wiggle that says I'm a style queen to Kate. Jan Moore salutes Sophie Wessex, who's found her fashion mojo. Now, this was back in 2013. And by the way, shout out to Mirielle for sharing these. Mirielle has a knack for finding some of the most interesting things from the past that I've never seen before. And I'm looking at this and I'm just like, what in the world is going on here? Fashion forward, and I guess that's wiggle wiggle in the middle. And then on the right side is the bad old days. Well, take a look at the right side. See how she's wearing that cape over the shoulders? Remember how great that looked on Megan? And look at how awful it looks on her. All of these are pretty bad. All of these are pretty bad. I would say the only one that really suits her, actually, well, no, they're all pretty bad. They are all pretty bad. But that gray in particular, that is awful. Is this what she was doing back in 2013? Dear God. That was what, 11 years ago. She was a mess then, and she's still a mess. I mean, a mess. A hot mess. And what's so sad is she thinks she's causing it. She thinks that she is all that. It's so sad. It really is. And that, whatever that look is she has on her very far right side, I don't think I've ever seen that before. It's like she gets into these fantasies about being a character that she's seen on telly or something, and then she goes and put the outfit together, and it just does not suit her. She really got to stop doing that, and do not let her watch Fashion Week from Paris. It's a disaster. Oh, that's awful. It I can't look anymore. Lady Grace says Prince Philip had 5 children. When is that when? Wait, 5 children, and the only man he gave birth to was the she looks better in her uniform than the others too. Well, you know what I say. Princess Anne is the son that Philip always wanted. I really do believe that. Princess Anne is the son that Prince Philip always wanted. Thank you so much, Lady Gray, for the super chat. uh, oh man, she looks better in her uniform than the other. Yeah, I love the shade. The only man he gave birth to was I am loving the shade. Thank you so much for that. Oh, I love it. Oh, that's just shady. I love it. um, now take a look here. 2016, and the other one is from 2015. Okay. So in 2016, is she the most gorgeous royal? Um, how a computer database of all of her clothes and a 1,000 pound bike and a man called Quickie who does her zips rather, transformed the once frumpy. When was she not frumpy? Like right here, frump fabulous. I'm sorry, these pictures aren't bigger. I wasn't thinking. And then right there, frump fabulous. Frump fat. Where's the fabulous? Like for instance, the big peacock. No, not peacock. What would you call it? The one with the plumage around the collar. I've seen that before. And I'm just like, you can't pull that off. When I saw that, I'm like, girl, you no, no. That looks like something. No, I'm sorry. She probably wouldn't wear that. And I couldn't picture her wearing it because of how awful it looks here. No, 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 no. Where is Andre Leon Talley when you need him the most? No. She needed someone like Andre Leon Talley to style her because none of this works for her. From frumpy to fabulous, how Sophie Wessex caved in to royal style demands, ditched her boring trouser suits, and became one of Vanity Fair's best dressed. Seriously? Um, okay. I'm gonna give it to her for the pink outfit. I think that I know the picture is small. I'm gonna say that suits her. And it's a limit to what we can see here. The one where it looks like she's wearing the cardigan, I would say that suits her. And that's it for any of this. Let me go back one. No. No, 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 no. Uh-uh. The bad old days in particular, no. Was supposed to be fabulous, or should I say fashion forward. I wish I could see the front of the blue one. I wish I could see that. It looked like it's a no, no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She just doesn't have the bone structure for some of the things that she wears. She just doesn't. She's doing too much. She's doing way too much. She needs a drag queen to drag. Thank you, Yulibi. Yeah, she's doing too much. It's just that she doesn't have the right bone structure for what she's trying to do. She really doesn't. And I'm sure, like for instance, Megan dresses in a certain way for her body type. And Megan does have a particular body type and she dresses accordingly. Kate has a particular body type and she dresses appallingly. Most times, well, I'll say she needs something to add some. Okay, what am I trying to say here? Usually it's the hip area that she falls apart. It's the hip area. She needs to avoid wearing anything with a peplum to it or something like that because it just looks like it's swimming on her, right? So that is her big downfall. Um, and there's some things that Kate wear that is flattering for her, and then there are some things that are just god awful. Yeah. Now, okay, let me give you a better explanation because don't ask me how I managed to acquire this, but I have it. And I believe it's the reason why Sophie doesn't like Megan. And you already know which thing I'm about to pull out here. So just be prepared to see it again. But it's the bone structure. Now, see how regal and majestic Megan looks? And compare that to Sophie, who is wearing heels that are way too much for her. And she's kind of walking like a lorry driver, like she drives one of those black cabs. She walks like she's been sitting in a black cab and then decided to try to get formal. You see what I'm saying? She just, some things are just not for her. Now, that dress looks flattering. That's something she should wear more of. Although she's still kind of dumpy. She's just got that dumpy shape. And there's Megan. Now, don't ask me how I got these X-rays, but don't ask me how I got these, but I think maybe a chiropractor or something. Are you trying to say she seemed like she should be ringing the bell, Yulibi? Are you trying to say she should be there at the opening of the Notre Dame? Is that what you're trying to say? That 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 the that the nation of France should invite her over for the newly rebuilt Notre Dame Cathedral? Uh, so that's all I'm saying is that some of the things that she's been snatching off the racks, or I don't know, they're just not for her. I love pulling out those X-rays. I love it. That's like I look forward to a reason to do that. So, and as the Queen said herself, you wouldn't pick her out of a crowd. The Queen's words about Sophie after they first met, but the Duchess of Edinburgh has proven herself to be the worthiest of wives for Prince Edward, writes Natasha Livingstone. Well, let me put it to you like this. If, how do I say this politely? If Edward is not allowed to grow a beard, then he should get married. uh the shade. The shade. Like, for instance, look at the way he's got his arms wrapped around her. That's what he's dreamed of doing his whole life, was having somebody wrap their arms around him and he would just feel like he's floating, right? So, like the Queen said, you wouldn't pick her out of a crowd. Oh, why is that so funny to me? You wouldn't pick her out of a crowd. I could just imagine after the Queen met her, and the Queen would just like turn to someone and say, "You wouldn't pick her out of a crowd." That is so shady. That is so shady. And of course, we could thank Palace Confidential. That's because the paparazzi aren't interested in trailing Sophie of Wessex. It was, well, I mean, not Palace Confidential, Tessa Dunlap. She is the one who called her Ford Fiesta first, right? Wasn't it Tessa Dunlap who first referred to Sophie as Ford Fiesta, a dependable transportation or whatever? Yep. I think it was Tessa Dunlap who first used the term Ford Fiesta. Let me see if I can find that. Tessa Dunlap Ford Fiesta. Let me see if I can find it. Well, it's not on YouTube. And I had that video before too. And don't know what I did with it. Let me see if I have it here. Ford Fiesta. Yeah, it was Tessa Dunlap. She said it's like comparing a Ford Fiesta with a Lamborghini. That's what she said. It's like comparing a Ford Fiesta with a Lamborghini. And that was what she said about Sophie Wessex. And let me see. I have the proof right here. I have the proof. Let me see. I grabbed the wrong slide, is what happened. There we go. There we go. Leave it to Tessa Dunlap. Uh huh. There it is. You see it? It's like comparing a Ford Fiesta with a Lamborghini. Tessa Dunlap is a read. She is a read. I'm telling you. Imagine the stuff she says. Um, and of course, she makes it very clear I'm not a squatty. Every so often, she will say something shady about the Sussexes, but she's also not a royalist. Um, and do remember that a lot of the things that they say on those shows are scripted. They are scripted. So they can only say so much, but they also have to, you know, there's certain things they can't say. Um, where is that at? Okay. We haven't had this one for a while, so I'll do it now.
Megan in a Valentino white. Compare, I hate to do this, but compare Megan in a Valentino white, absolutely wowing the crowds, and dear Kate in that very staid 1940s Amelia Wickstead coat.
Oh, you're really winding me up now. Yeah.
Well, I knew that would upset you, Richard, because I know you're more of a Middleton kind of girl and you like the sort of twin set and pearls 50s look. But all I'm saying is, who's speaking to the future generations, the younger generations? It's Megan.
Now, you know what? You could take that two ways. You really could take that two ways. She told Richard Eaton, Miss Richard Eaton, Maureen, she said, I know you're more of a Middleton type of girl. You could take that two ways. That he's a fan of Kate Middleton or that he's a girl. You could take that two kinds of ways, two ways, if you choose to. There's two ways to take that. I am going to go with the latter. No, I'm going to go. Wait, which is the latter? That's the first or the last? The first. Anyway, she calling Miss Thing a girl. Hmm. Okay. Let me take that away. And the answer is yes. I did see it. I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. All right. Right there. It couldn't happen to a better person. Bet she is angry knowing she will never be a duchess. Now, at the time when we had our doubts about her ever rising to the rank of a duchess, as you can see, one of the squatties posted this, which I just loved it. uh, that was when they were threatening to give her title to Charlotte. They were literally threatening to give the title to Charlotte. Charles had agreed in 1999 to give that title to his brother upon his father's death. And of course, when Charles became king, Charles dragged it out for months and months and months. And as you can see in the bottom right corner, you can see Sophie looking very sad at the person reflected in the, see the mirror behind her? That's Kate Middleton, who has gone from being Duchess of Cambridge to the Princess of Wales. And poor downtrodden, down in the mouth, um, Sophie Wessex is still a Countess of Wessex. And so, after much debate, after some people in the press that like Sophie, both of them really, they decided to go ahead and throw her a bone and let her be the Duchess of Edinburgh. And of course, her husband, the Duke of Edinburgh. But look how sad she's looking. I mean, she was looking like she was about to cry. It don't matter because she's going to spend the rest of her life walking behind someone. She's never going to be the main feature. She's always going to be walking behind someone. Sophie is a princess. She is a princess in her husband's name, but we don't call her Princess Sophie. She is Princess Edward of whatever, Edinburgh, I guess. But we just don't call her so because she wasn't born a royal princess. The only reason why Kate Middleton is called the Princess of Wales, but she's not a royal princess of Wales. She's just a princess of Wales. Because she's a consort. So only the Princess of Wales technically is called a princess. I always refer to Meghan as Princess Megan because the derangers almost lose their mind when they hear that. But technically, Meghan is a princess. Sophie is a princess, and Kate Middleton was a princess when she married. They were all married into the family and became a princess in their husband's name. So that's why Princess Michael of Kent wants you to call her Princess Michael of Kent, because she can't be Princess Marie, whatever her name is, in her own right, because she wasn't born royal. So that is the difference. But if you look at Meghan's job title, it says on the birth certificate, Princess of the Realm, Princess of the United Kingdom. So that is, even though she stepped back from official royal duty. And you know what? Interesting that we're having this little sidebar, because I looked at one of the guys that used to be a butler. Now, as far as I know, he's never said anything shady about the Sussexes. And no, I'm not talking about that Paul Burrell. This is another person who was a butler. And he said that people go into his inbox and go into the comments section, and they get so angry because he referred to Harry as the Duke of Sussex or His Royal Highness. And the derangers have convinced each other that Harry doesn't deserve it, or he's not allowed to be referred. This guy said that when I go on a show as a royal expert and I say that Harry is the Duke of Sussex, he is an HRH, none of that has changed. He said it's not likely to change. Those titles are firmly in place. Meghan is HRH. That has not been taken away. And he said, if you want more evidence, go to the official royal website. Now, they've been tinkering around with it since then, but technically, the HRH is firmly in place, period. And that is not likely to change. Harry and Meghan have both said that they don't care if people call them by their Christian names. is up to the person, but they do not lean on their HRH titles. It was agreed that they would not use their HRH titles for commerce and trade. They can use it, but not for commerce and trade. They're not going to enter into a business contract as HRHs, just prince and princess, or duke and duchess. That's it. And he should know. He worked for the family. And even, what's her name? What's that guy's name? Lady C. Even Lady C said those titles are not going anywhere. Lady C said that to her people. She said, I know you're going to get angry, but it is what it is. That is who they are. That doesn't change. Okay. Okay. All right, let us continue. The only time that I've ever seen that big lump of clay, that Play-Doh and stilettos, the only time I've ever seen that Play-Doh and stilettos look reasonably put together is when she's trying to channel Megan. Now, right there, I think I don't know, I forgot what that coat is she's wearing, but notice that last year, or was it this year, she went to Westminster Abbey doing her very best. And this was like after she had lost a little weight, doing her very best to give as much the Megan effect as possible. So that was one of her better looks. It's very simple and elegant. And that's the thing. If she just goes very simple yet elegant, if you're going to try to channel anybody, don't look at a model in a couture outfit. You better to stick to a very monochromatic look. She be doing too much. She does entirely too much. See how good she looks there? She looks smart, elegant, and very simple. Instead of trying to do all of those, fashion stunts, don't do it. Keep it simple. Now you see there, I gave her a proper compliment. I gave her a proper compliment. Now, again, when she's trying to do too much, see what a disaster it is? She looks like a big mess. Instead of elegant, simple, minimal, she was doing too much. For some reason, she went to the Royal Ascot looking like the Cracker Jack Kid. She was literally channeling Cracker Jacks. And you can see what that's gotten her. I remember when I first saw that outfit, I laughed until I cried. I had tears in my eyes about this outfit. And it was a recorded video. And I couldn't compose myself, especially when I saw how she had her fist balled up in case somebody said something to her. And then, of course, take notice of the fact that her husband is not there with her. Her husband couldn't take the idea of being in the same space with someone wearing that outfit. She's too dumpy to wear that. Proportionately speaking, that outfit is not for her. Someone of her maturity wearing that outfit, no, that is for someone with a very small frame. And this just does not work. Oh, this was a huge mistake. Huge mistake. I am so surprised. I'm so surprised that they didn't call the who was it? Oh, I'm so surprised they didn't call the fashion.
Police! 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 Help! Police! Help! Police! Help! Help! Police! Help!
I'm so surprised they didn't call the fashion police. If there was any cause to take someone into custody, this is it right here. If the fashion police are of the authority that they can arrest, if the courts are able to prosecute someone for wearing a bad outfit, this is probable cause right here. This is an eyesore. And I'm sure everybody was just gagging. And that's why she's got her fist balled up, because after a while, she started getting a little angry, and she probably thought, you know what? If another person says something about this outfit, I'm going to deck them. I'm going to deck them. I'd be so embarrassed if my mama was walking around wearing something like that, shaped like Skipper from Gilligan's Island. I mean, when she turns sideways, she has that same little shape like the Skipper on Gilligan's Island. If you look like Skipper, don't wear it. You shouldn't be out there wearing something that makes you look like Skipper. Oh, Lord. I'm telling you, I cried myself to sleep the first time I saw that outfit. I didn't understand what was going on. I'm like, what is she doing? Why is she doing it? But she did it. Yep, she was like, now sit right back and you hear the tale of a pitiful outfit that seemed like it was for a smaller girl. So why did she buy this stuff? Oh, man. Yeah, that's too bad. That's too bad. I guess no one could stop her, though. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where you'd be like, could anyone have stopped her? I'm afraid not. She was determined to go out wearing that outfit. And there was nothing anyone could do to stop her. Oh, well. I got some fun out of it, though. Hello, Lizette Zog says Sophie's giving Teletubby. Yes, it does kind of have that Teletubby shape, doesn't it? Thank you so much for the super chat. Yes, she is giving me a bit of the Teletubbies. Oh Lord. I could not understand what she was doing. You're going to the height of the social season dressed like Gumby. It is the height of the social season, and she chooses that particular day to do an experiment, a fashion experiment. So I think the photos are out of order. On the right side, she went charging in there like George S. Patton, General of the United States expiratory, what is it? Expiratory forces. And then later on, she walked out of there bruised and battered with her fist balled up. So really, the photo should be flipped around. The one on the right side, if you go from left to right, this is her charging into the thing, thinking that she is that girl. And then on the left side, you can see how disappointed and sad she looks, knowing that everybody is laughing at her. They're not laughing near you, they're laughing at you. And that belt did not help at all. Never do this again. Somebody should have just slid an envelope under her door with these photos. Never do this again. Hmm. Instead of Papa Smurf, it's Mama Smurf. Never do this again. Yeah, they should have just they should have slid an envelope under her door with these photos. No. Yeah, don't even say never do it again. Just say no. That's it. Just say no. Anyway, looking at her with that belt on, trying to pull it all together is making my back hurt. So let's go to the next slide. Now, right here, I talked about this yesterday, but I wasn't completely prepared with the slides. Queen Camilla and her dresser dictate what colors Kate and Sophie can wear. Well, as you can see right here, Queen Camilla, the queen consort or the queen cohort, is wearing what I call electric blue. I guess some people could call it royal blue. I call it electric blue, but she's wearing that electric blue. Everybody knows that that is Kate's color. Kate and her mother loves wearing that deep blue. And as you can see, whenever Kate can do it, she will. But mostly Camilla has been rocking that blue. And when she does, Kate, of course, has to go to another color. Yeah. Camilla not only set her straight about when she could wear it, but take a look there. Look at this right here. This is another occasion where Camilla decided to pull out that electric blue, and look at how Kate's cutting her eyes at her. That looks like one of those occasions where Kate would have worn her favorite color, and yet she was not allowed because Camilla. And even that red outfit, that awful garish looking red outfit, that was probably her trying to get the ups on Camilla for wearing blue that particular day. Yep. I think that there is a bit of friction because Camilla is calling the shots. All those years of trying to put Kate on that throne. Remember how they used to say Queen Kate, ready to be queen and all that kind of stuff? William ready to be king, King William. Um, Charles and Camilla didn't say a word. They didn't leak or anything like that. They let them have their fun. But when it was time for the rubber to meet the road, you know who came out on top. So the last time they had an outing, there's Kate wearing blue. I'm telling you, that is her power color. That is her go-to color. And it was only because Camilla was coordinating with Charles that particular day that Kate was able to wear her blue. And by the way, this was the last time Kate was seen in public until the cancer video. And here's the other thing that I wanted to add. Camilla said that no one is to wear a tiara to the coronation. Now, traditionally, the ladies, the royal women, wore their tiaras to the coronation. They wore tiaras when the queen had her coronation and before that. And so because Camilla put her hoof down and said, when they trundle me into that, when they trundle me into Westminster Abbey, I bet not see nan person in there wearing anything that looks like a crown except me and my husband with the childbearing hips, right? And so nobody was able to wear their tiaras. Also, you guys should know that if it was a more traditional coronation, that all of the dukes, all of the earls, and all of the barons, all of the marchioness and all of the marquises, they have their own coronets that they wear, which a coronet is a crown. They all have their own little coronets. And when they give the oath to the king or the queen, whoever's being, what do you call it? Made, what is the word I'm looking for? Crowned, who's ever being crowned. Then everybody puts their coronets on. That did not happen. Charles did not want anyone else wearing a coronet. And Camilla did not want anyone wearing a tiara. So Kate, being the petty mean girl, went right to work. She went to the bridal shop, and they said that this crystal headdress that she's wearing, this headpiece, costs $30,000, which for them is not a lot of money. But as you can see, the two of them were not in a good mood that day. They were late for the ceremony. And then, of course, they came in there with that something stink look on their faces. They both look like something stinks. They could not stand the fact that the day was not about them. They were not happy to be there. William actually had to read, 3 lines from a card. He didn't care to try to remember it. He didn't want to remember it. Yeah, it was a mess. That coronation, and I'm gonna keep it 100, you guys. I had every intentions on watching the coronation. I had never seen one before. I wanted to see it. I had every intention of watching. It was a mess. The only thing that was inspiring about the coronation was the music. The music was beautiful. But seeing Charles looking like he couldn't wait to get home and give himself an enema, looking at Camilla looking like she was trying to see if she recognizes anybody from a brothel, that looked really bad. That looked really bad. Camilla looked so uncomfortable, like she was going to slide out the chair. It was uninspiring. And they're trying to get people to tune in to watch two old fornicators, two old adulterers being crowned in the church, being confirmed as the head of the Church of England. That was a big turnoff. The big turnoff is that Charles is an adulterer and he was being confirmed as the head of the Church of England. The other big turnoff was that his vindictive, conspiring wife was there in place of Princess Diana. That was the big turnoff. But I had every intentions on seeing the coronation. I wouldn't go, but I was definitely going to watch it on television. So, and if you guys remember, we were up and, dragon and everything else. So there you go. There you go. But it was a mess. It was a big disappointment. It couldn't have been worse. Okay, moving on. So right there, Catherine, the cancer-stricken Princess of Wales, has been appointed a royal companion of the Order of the Champions of Honor. This is a historic honor for the future queen. From the king, what a special moment after the past few months. P.S. Take that, Megan. Take what? Take what exactly? That sounds so made up. That sounds like somebody just made it up. We need to hurry up and give her a title. How about the Royal Companion of the Order of the Companions of Honor? What? The Royal Companion of the Order of the Champions of Honor. Oh, okay. All right. So, Royal Companion of the Order of the Companions of Honor. What is that? What is that? And they have the nerves. They have the nerves to say that Harry is just collecting awards. What do you call that? When your father-in-law gives you a companion of the Order of the Companions of Honor. You don't even know what that is. I know, Hazel Jones. No coronation for 70 years, and then they have a coronation. I get, listen, I'm going to give Charles a little grace. I get what Charles was trying to do. Charles was trying to make it about the people. Charles wanted volunteers. He wanted the tired, the poor, the huddled masses yearning to heat their homes. He wanted those people in the Westminster Abbey. He did not invite most of the aristocracy. I think that was a big mistake. It should have been a sea of red robes and coronets, as in the past. I mean, you could still have members of the public, but those highly prized seats went to a lot of the volunteers. But I think for the sake of continuity, they should have just had an old-fashioned coronation, steeped in tradition. That would have been interesting to me. because the coronation of Queen Elizabeth, as you know, the very grainy black and white footage is kind of hard to watch. But having it in color, actually, I think that the Queen's coronation was recorded in color, but still, it's not HD quality, is pretty bad. So here we've had an opportunity to see a coronation in real time with all of the spectacle of the past. And he decided to forego that so that he can look like the good guy. Well, fat chance, everybody knows you're an a-hole. So what's the difference? It doesn't buy you any grace because you had all the volunteers sitting up front and you told the aristocrats stay home. There were a lot of people that were just like, that's a big mistake. I get what he was trying to do to make himself look like a man of the people. But like I said, I wanted to see a coronation, even if it was that a-hole. Yes, a made up honor. Exactly. Contrived, I think, is the word I would use. Contrived. Mm, cookies and cream, how dare you? I don't think they're imbeciles. Racist, yeah. I'm just kidding. They are racist imbeciles. uh, yes, Shelly, I mean, let's face it. Listen, you guys, I know some of you all are probably, and a lot of people said, I'm not watching that coronation. I wasn't going to pretend otherwise. I wanted to see a coronation. The fact that it was Charles and that beast of a woman that he's married to did not matter. I was hoping to see a lot of the classic elements of a coronation. But instead, it just they were, and listen, it's not ageism. I'm not saying because they're so old and tired looking, but just that Charles, you would think, would have appeared to be more pleasant. And instead, he just looked angry. And then, of course, William and Kate. What the hell is this? What is this? It was just the energy was draining. It just really drained the energy because this is supposed to be a historic event. And a lot of people, royalists, non-royalists, people wanted to see a coronation. And it was just drab. It was really drab. If it wasn't for the music, it would have been absolutely nothing. A big fat nothing burger. Yes. Thank you, Marshar. Chuck and Crow cheapened the coronation for all of us. He couldn't do that right. Thank you. You said exactly what needed to be said. I'm going to move on. That's it. He cheapened it. They cheapened it. And of course, trouble, trouble, toils and bubbles. I guess the only other thing that I got out of it was the fact that she really was channeling the what was she, the witch? She really was channeling that look. I don't know if that's what she set out to do, but that's exactly what she delivered. Exactly what she delivered. She looked like a Disney villain. Yes, it was an epic waste of money. It really was. Now, Princess Kate looks thrilled to catch up with old pal Roger Federer as he's honored at Wimbledon. But his wife, Mirka, doesn't look quite as happy. So, you guys, this is why I like to save receipts. This is why I save receipts, because they changed it. This was the original headline. Kate Middleton, 41, was beaming as she arrived at center court, blah, 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 blah. This was the original headline. Kate was openly, allegedly flirting with Roger Federer in front of his wife. In front of his wife, allegedly. You can see she doesn't like her. His wife, at this point, you could see it in her eyes. I told you I didn't want to sit with that heifer. I told you I did not want to sit with that heifer, and you insist that we had to sit with her. Yep. Kate came in there looking like one of the Golden Girls and was flirting with Roger Federer, allegedly. Now, I thought it was offensive that she come in there looking like Rose Nyland, but I found it equally offensive that she was allegedly flirting with Roger Federer right in front of his wife. She barely smiled, if at all. She's not just looking like that because she's bored. She's looking like that because she knows exactly what Kate is doing. Kate did that on purpose. She's a mean girl. She did that on purpose. She flirted with him in front of his wife, in front of the cameras, in front of the world. Yep, and this went on for quite some time. And look at what happened. Look, they changed the headline. Princess Kate looks thrilled to catch up with old pal Roger Federer as he's honored at Wimbledon, while wife Mirka concentrates on the action on court. So it went from she doesn't look happy to she's concentrating on the action. Oh, she was concentrating on the action. She was concentrating on the action, but it wasn't on the court. It wasn't the action on the court. It was this action. All the laughing and hee-hawing and stuff like that. I'm sorry that I don't have other photos, but trust and believe. It was quite a performance. They completely eliminated Mirka and just sat there laughing and talking with each other. Lizzie, 34, Kate is a true witch. Thank you. And thank you so much for the super chat. Exactly. It was very, very, very obvious what she was doing. And Mirka responded like anybody else would under those circumstances. They literally changed the headline. Let me see. The article came out at 9:38, and then by 14:02, it was changed. Yep, then it was changed. Oh, I'm sorry, I went too far. There we go. No, 9:18. 9:18, it looks like that's when they changed it. 9:18. They must have changed it again. Yep, but there you go. There you go. It went from she didn't look happy to she was concentrating Oh, I know what she was concentrating on. I know. And here's the other Wimbledon scandal. Do you guys remember this? And by the way, this is from Maureen Richard Eaton. Surely we stand to greet our future queen. So why did Daniel Craig stay lounging in the royal box with his shades on when Kate approached? It's time to learn some manners, Mr. Bond. A social media dispute has broken out after celebrities failed to rise for Kate. Some are horrified. Others say the age of deference is dead. Let me tell you something. John McEnroe heard about that, and John McEnroe said that most of those people that were sitting around them are the people that deserve to be honored with a standing ovation, not Will and not Kate. I remember John McEnroe was having none of it. Makes me angry. Kate Middleton sparked outrage with Tim Henman photo at Wimbledon. Oh, you know what? I didn't put the slide for this one. I did not put the slide for this one. I am so sorry. Oh, I got it though. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. That was July the 3rd. Oh, it's too shady. I can't resist. Let me find it. Oh, let me see here. I got it. And it is a mess. Let me see here. Okay. Let me try that. Oh. Okay, let me try something else. Oh, the shade. I love it. Oh Lord, I cannot find the picture. Okay, let me do a broader search. And I know exactly what they're talking about. I forgot to put the picture up. I forgot to put the photo up. And if I was her, I would be mad too. I would be big mad. If somebody said, "How mad are you? Are you mad or are you big mad?" Oh, here it is. I got it. Oh, the shade. Oh, the shade. So they were upset that I forgot who posted it, but they were upset because that photo on the left was posted. And the one on the right, I think, has been airbrushed, and the one on the left has not been. Either way, okay, I'll just leave it at that. I didn't do anything to these photos, but I believe the one on the right side was supposed to be an improvement. I did nothing to these photos. This is the Kate Middleton that we haven't seen for 6 months. Now, mind you, this was from, when was this photo taken? Let me see. That was from July of 2022. Yeah. And they were upset because just like with the, what is the thing that they do, the Remembrance Day? Remember how bad she looked on that Remembrance Day photo where she's wearing black? This is another example of somebody forgot to airbrush. But you know what's really scary? What if both of these pictures are airbrushed? What if both of these are airbrush photos? Now what? I am getting so good at this because I forgot to put the photos, but I knew exactly where to find it. I knew exactly where to find it. Oh, po thing. Po thing. It made her look angry. She is angry. What do they mean it made her look angry? Isn't she always angry? Isn't that what the royalists? Isn't that what the derangers like about her? Is that she looked like she's about to tear something up? Isn't that what they love? That she looks so angry that she's going to put Megan in her place? Isn't that what they love about her? That she looks so that way. I'm trying not to say what I'm thinking, but that's what they like. And when you're angry, well, you're not your best. Yeah. That's the real Kate. I'm sorry, but that's the real Kate. That's who she is. What's on the inside is going to spill on the outside. Mhm. So, there you go. Like I said, um very flirtatious. Now, I still don't understand what this is supposed to mean. Let's get back to Sophie again. Sophie, Countess of Wessex, at Wimbledon wears a 2,000-pound outfit inspired by Meghan Markle. Are you trying to say Meghan Markle got something as ugly as this? I'm pretty sure you all thought that the Gumby was the first time she tried to bring back jumpsuits. She's done it before. This is so ugly. You didn't think that there was anything uglier than that blue one, right? The color is pretty, but what's going on the sleeves? What's up with those sleeves? Sophie Wessex, Sophie, Countess of Wessex, wore a stunning light blue jumpsuit at Wimbledon today. She chose the same designer worn by Meghan Markle in Dublin last night. Let that sink in. She wore the same designer worn by Meghan in Dublin last night. Inspired by Meghan? Meghan doesn't own anything this ugly. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what she's channeling with this outfit, but it looks ridiculous. I don't remember what year it was, but it looks ridiculous. Stop trying to bring back the jumpsuit. Why not just wear a dress? I mean, it's shaped like one of your ugly dresses. You should just wear a dress. I don't know what this obsession is about putting a crotch in her outfits. I don't know. Is it because she can't keep her knees together? She don't trust herself to keep her knees together, so she want them to sew a crotch in her dresses? This is stupid. It looks stupid. Oh, does it look stupid? Look at how people are averting their eyes. They rather look at their phones than recognize the fact that she's there. Oh, oh, is that what it is? Because she wears the pants? Might as well let people know it. I, oh, girl, stop. Stop it. It's just so awful. It really is.
Hey girl, sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
Yes, please sit down. There she is standing up, just proud, want everybody to see it. Oh, wait a minute. I just realized she wore it to Wimbledon and she also wore it on some other occasion as if it was, oh gosh. I see now. She wore it to Wimbledon. Notice no hat, different handbags. Okay. Okay. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse. And of course, my hero, Priyanka Chopra. Priyanka um, totally snubbed Will and Kate. And everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. They know. They know that that she snubbed them. And I tell you, I am here for it. I tried to find the video. Oh gosh, what did I do with that video? Oh, let me see. Let me see. Um, let me see if I can find the video. Okay. Let me see. How can I do that? Can I do it like this? No. Um, wait, give me a second. Give me a second. Um, how do I move that over there? Okay, it's got to be a way for me to share that with you. Let me see. Why doesn't that work? Mm. Oh, let me see. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. I don't think I can make that work. Okay, maybe this does work. Okay. Uh, um, let me just tell you all something. When they walked in, let me do that again. When they walked in, notice how nobody is giving the people sitting closest to them, the people in the royal box. Look at the shade. Look at the shade. Oh, they could care less. Look at the lady right there with the sunglasses. Look at both of them. They could care less. They could care less. Kate who? William what? They could care less. I loved it. Priyanka was everything to me that day. And look at Kate's mouth. That's that mouth that you make when you wondering what the people are thinking about you, how people feel about you. Billie Jean King back there could care less. And they were all of the Royal Rhoda people, especially Maureen, they were furious. And John McEnroe said if anybody should be honored to be around someone, they should be the ones being celebrated. All of the tennis legends, Martina Navratilova, Billie Jean King, they're the ones that should. Do you think William is pissed? Look at his face. I love the way William gets pissed and finds the nearest camera. He always does that. When he is pissed, he finds the nearest camera to grimace into. Oh, well. Stay mad. Stay mad. Stay mad. So, oh, wait. Like right here, you can see the little whispering. He's so upset he didn't covered up his mouth and he's whispering to Kate. Can you believe that they just sat there? They didn't stand up. They didn't applaud. Well, anyway, thank you, Priyanka. Priyanka. There's a squatty who calls herself Priyanka's scarf because of the way Priyanka Chopra decided to adjust her scarf when she saw Will and Kate coming. And I'm telling you, there was another incident where she was standing up. I guess it was like an intermission or something like that. And William walked past and she did it again. She started fussing with her scarf as soon as he got close to her so that he would know not to say anything to her. I love her. And besides, anyway, I don't know why I keep this picture of her. Maybe it's because she inspires me. Maybe it's because I like her hair. And these photos really show off her great personality. Yeah, that's it. These photos really show off her great personality. It shows what a big heart she has. And I just want to say that that I will be keeping these photos for some time. And from time to time, I will go back and look at them to make sure that I celebrate that moment. Yeah, that's it. Celebrate that moment. So, I mean, she has a lot of personality, and I love that handbag too. What a great handbag! And what else? And look at them. Check out those sunglasses. I love the accessories. Yeah, that's it. I love the accessories. You work it, girl. Walk. You better walk. And also, Priyanka is a humanitarian. She's done some work with UNICEF, or what is she, an ambassador for UNICEF? But anyway, she's got her heart in the right place, I think. But yeah, there you go. So let me see. Am I almost done? Now, um, Jeremy Vine is the latest star facing a court battle with His Majesty's Royal Court over outstanding tax bills. Now, you know they got Eamon Home and a couple of other people. Well, now it's Jeremy Vine's turn. Boy, I tell you, a white man just can't get a break, can he? A white man cannot get a break. If a white man can't get a break, what chance does the rest of us have? Do you understand how scared I am right now? In a world where the white man seems to be at the top of the pyramid, you mean to tell me Jeremy Vine doesn't get a break? Is it because he keeps inviting people on there to embarrass the royal family? I don't know. Now, I wasn't sure about the photo on the right. I don't remember where I got it from, but when I was searching through my photos for Jeremy Vine, I found this. Well, I bought the bike, I've bought all the kit. How do you think I look? Well, she's looking at him, right? But the shadow on the wall behind him, the shadow on the wall behind him was a bit embarrassing. So I decided to cover it up. But she's trying to say that he looks like you can guess the word yourself. But I thought it was a little too risque, the shadow that was there. So I covered it up. But yeah, she's saying that he looks like a wanker. Yeah, that's it. He looks like a real wank. There you go. So it's very funny. I don't know where I got this from, but it was so funny. Sorry, I had to cover it up. But it was a big shadow because I guess he looks like a big one. Anyways, there you go. And of course, one thing I love about Jeremy Vine's show is that it has given us some really great moments. I mean, some really great moments. So I don't totally have it in for Jeremy Vine. A lot of stuff on his show is awful toward the Sussexes, but to be balanced and to be fair, on occasion, there is a lot of really good phone calls. And of course, there are those moments with people like Dr. Shola. So, yeah. So I'm just going to say I tolerate Jeremy Vine. Got some really good things off of his show. But otherwise, I think he's a big crybaby that's always playing victim. Okay, Adrian, I'll take that one. Okay, so I'm almost done. These are some photos I forgot on the 4th of July. I forgot to share these. So there's Princess Diana with the USA sweatshirt. And there, of course, are the Sussexes embracing in front of the American flag, their future home. And Oh, how sweet. I forgot the little baby. I forgot the little baby swaddled. Is that the word swaddled in the American flag? Love this photo. How cute. How cute. Just as precious as can be. Look at them little cheeks. Look like little dumplings. Yes, they do. And look at those little tiny fingers and those little chubby arms. Just as cute as could be. Just adorable. Yes, you are. Just adorable. Okay, so before I get baby brain, baby fever, let us move on. But just absolutely adorable. Yes, you are. Just adorable. Mm, mm. Oh, thank you, Sussex Team Warrior. And lastly, somehow we're going to have to keep putting this country back together. This was one of my favorite, I guess, memes was Biden sewing the flag back up. And then there on the right side, this was also from last year. Happy 4th to everyone not pleading the 5th about the 6th. If you're not pleading the 5th about the 6th, happy 4th of July. I love it. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us as usual. I had a great time. And I hope you did too. Let me see. And also good night, Priyanka. Good night. Yeah, good night. Good night. Don't let the bed bugs bite, and don't wear your sweater too tight. No, actually, keep wearing your sweater that tight. Good night. I mean, that is a good look for her, I think. That's a good look. Okay. So that was that. Thank you very much. And I will see you all tomorrow. Let me see. What do I need to do here? All right. So, as usual, when you see our queens, it's time to go. You know what I mean? Sorry we're on so late. I didn't think I was going to talk that much. And also, thank you to the moderators for keeping this a safe space. And while you're nodding off at work tomorrow, think about me. Think about. Oh, and also, you guys, please send some prayers out for Jerry White. I tried to get in touch with her and I couldn't get in touch with her, and that's probably not good. So please send some prayers out for her because she has been fighting a very big health battle. And I just hope she's okay. So again, Jerry White probably need our prayers right now. So please send your prayers out for her. Let me see. Can we buy the Trenchtown man a cup of coffee? Oh, you want a Trenchtown? I'll grab the Trenchtown man. No problem. It's been a while. Yeah, William has been so MIA. We haven't really had much calls for Trenchtown man. You know, this is. How did all these videos get here? That's interesting. Oh, I guess it makes sense. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Do I have Trenchtown on here? You know, I haven't been able to find Trenchtown. Maybe that's why I haven't used it in quite some time. I haven't been able to find him. Let me try this. Oh, wait, this might work. Aha, there we go.
Yes, Prince. Trenchtown wants $245 billion. That's what Trenchtown wants. $345 billion. Yes, thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what Trenchtown wants. Yes. What do you mean?
You stop reading my mind. Stop reading my mind. It is a great picture, though. She looks very empowered. That's what it means to me. She looks intelligent and empowered. Yeah, that's it. She looks empowered. So with that, you all, thank you very much. And let's end with Madam Duchess, shall we? $335 billion. Prince. Trenchtown needs $335 billion. Okay.